Tilt Space, week 11, Kenyan Drake Steam, all the fun. Let's do it. We're live. Joe Holka is drinking and gallivanting about at this Vikings game. So we got Freeze Frame Kerrane joining us to sweat, to tilt. How are we doing?
Doing good.
As Larky says here, this sport is terrible. Yeah, pretty slow start here, Leone, to get us underway.
It's ugly. These Jalen Hurts stacks aren't feeding anyone's families right now.
Dude, I was just thinking that I think it's Reeves's line where he's like, there's seasons within a season, and just thinking back to like everyone's just like Eagles, Bills, Super Bowl, and like both those teams look so broken right now.
Yeah, it really is wild. There's just not a lot going on. This Chicago Atlanta game has 31 points, but everything else is pretty gross. JT's off to a really nice start. Kyle played JT, but
with the Eagles stuff. So
yeah, the good thing with the Eagles is, they're going to play like with tempo, right? Like the second half, it could, especially if you have a skinny, like it could get there, like just a couple of Hurts touchdowns. It looks like it's probably going to be a low scoring week. Definitely the biggest thing to talk about though is the Kenyan Drake steam just getting out of control.
Was that all from Wake and Rake?
Dude, the field feels like they are reacting a little bit more, but I'm just surprised. I don't know. I think cheap running backs, just Brian Robinson really got steamed too. I think it's just like the cheap running back thing.
The pricing's so tight.
Yeah. But the fact that he was more than Montgomery and Pierce and the Wildcats, like batshit crazy. That's a bad play.
I think too, like I was thinking through like the different dynamics for the like Drake getting crazy steamed is you have tight pricing and not a lot of running back plays that people are excited about. And there is just this element of like, I noticed it too. Normally when I'm like updating stuff from like Friday to Sunday, there's more movement. There was like barely any movement. And I think everyone was just frothy for some kind of like thing to change the dynamics of the slate a little bit. And everyone's like, Drake projects for 2 more points. Let's fucking go.
I had it totally wrong too. Cause I was thinking it was almost was going to happen was be the opposite of what you were saying. And you're definitely right in hindsight. I was thinking like, this isn't like Zeke's out and Tony Pollard's in, right? This isn't like a huge move. So like, are people really going to change their lineups on like kind of a more subtle move? And the answer was yes. Yes, they are.
Yeah, but you had disinterest in Drake on Established a Million, and then you were kind of like, I don't think the field will be all over him. So I was confidently jamming Drake. Like, this won't be chalk.
It might have. I wasn't around as much last week for Drake's big game, and like maybe I didn't have like that attachment bias that I feel like everyone I talked to was like pretty into Drake, and I'm like, are we talking about the same player like that I'm thinking of?
Well, the fact, I mean, if you want DFS in a nutshell in 2022, like Drake getting more ownership than David Montgomery, who costs 200 more and projected better still, is just absolute galaxy brain stuff by the field.
Yeah. And was just like off feel, you would probably play Montgomery over Drake, I would think. Like if, it's just taking projections out of it.
For sure.
Some people even made him their cover boy for their article on a.
No, I digs of the cover boy, but I did use.
Oh, walkthrough is just your fantasy life excerpt, right?
That's right. Yeah. I couldn't. Normally I send over the excerpt from the cover boy to Fantasy Life, but I was like, I'm not making David Montgomery the cover boy of the walkthrough. I'm not doing it.
But then you did. Hayden was asking who was brave enough to be on David Montgomery this week, and then you were quick to raise your hand for that one.
Yeah, I did raise my hand. Yeah.
That's where the DFS people and I think the season-long people maybe are different because I don't think anyone was like, no, I'm not going to tout David Montgomery.
Right.
Right. He was popping in all the projections. It's just that no one wanted to talk about the
acknowledge it publicly.
Excited. Yeah. Yeah. It's like the math likes him, and I don't know who made the math. It's unclear.
Let's take a look at some of these teams that we built in the Wildcat. Leone, I know you have some of your own in here. Let's check out our Fields team first.
Okay, the Fields team is in trouble, but it's going to be an ugly week. So
this McKenzie play, who was on that?
So I got on a McKenzie hard. Like I played a lot of McKenzie like everywhere. I blame Gretchen stealing signals for this 80% route share. Really just got me on him. I mean, we have like 3 players that are combined for like 1 point. that seems like a problem right now.
Here, but let me try to spin this as a positive. I mean, if our main game stack here is well on its way to hitting, and if we can just get a little bit from these other guys, our D's doing fine. I don't know. It just seems like if no one's separating today, that this team could still definitely get there.
Well, the guys that stink are Drake at running back, who could turn it around. I mean, it's gonna be the right game script, and then it's all cheap guys. Where as bad as they are, they can always turn around in a hurry. And hopefully Buffalo, Cleveland speeds up. I have too much money on the over in that game, and I'm sweating it. And then,
I was tilting that red zone trip that the Browns had early, and you got a Harrison Bryant target and then a Pharaoh Brown target. It's like, what the fuck is going on here?
I know. So
I have Njoku in a couple of lineups as well, or just one actually, but.
Yeah, Peter was talking. I played some Njoku too, Pat. Peter Jennings was talking up Amari on Wake and Rake, and I couldn't quite
was he
there. But he's
that's weird.
But he had a really long catch where his foot was like just out of bounds, and he would be like blowing this slate out of the water if that had counted. Because I think he'd be at the bonus already.
Yeah, it was pretty close catch as well.
And then what other we have let's see our Dusty Hurts team.
Okay, this is probably gotta be that's my Dusty Hurts team. This is our Dusty Hurts team. They were nice and didn't give us any icicles.
Because I know for the audio listeners, Jalen Hurts, Kamara, Montgomery, Gabe, Devonta Smith, Alec Pierce, Kyle Pitts, Higbee, and Cowboys D going here. Yeah, no, I mean, there's points. There's points that are more than 0.
I mean, the team we're rooting for is the team of hope right now, which is the only spots we have taken up are Singletary and Gibson at running back, who aren't doing much, but no running back is doing much, so it's fine. And then we have Commanders, who have scored a touchdown, have 3 sacks, and are pitching a shutout. There's like no way they're not going to be one of the best defenses of the week, even if they give up points. So that we've got that with a Dallas Minnesota game stack. So that's the most fun. We'll have to see the Hinton stuff on injury news. That'll be one where I think we're probably not swapping much. It's just going to be Hinton versus Noah Brown, I think, is what we were deciding between, right. Or like Virgil Green, like whoever that guy is that Levitan tells me is fast.
What did you roll out today, Pat, as your main stuff?
I have 2 Josh Allen lineups and a Jalen Hurts lineup. And a couple Kenyan Drakes. Both the Allens have Drake, so that's a bummer. And all of them have Montgomery. I just ate that chalk.
Mm-hmm.
The Jalen Hurts has JT.
Montgomery.
I'm trying to think if I knew Montgomery would be 24% in the Wildcat. I don't know if I would say I would have gone all in on him, but I think I would have played him on like 2 of 3, probably. I played him on 1 of 3. We played him on 1 of 3, right, Pete?
Who's that? Montgomery?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Just thinking if you knew he would be basically the same as Drake and the same as Pierce.
Yeah.
It feels pretty
the same as Drake good. Is kind of wild. I had a Pittman lineup with Drake that I went to Jonathan Taylor and so I don't have Drake on that one. But I do have Montgomery. But I feel pretty good about Taylor Montgomery as opposed to having Drake there.
Yeah, definitely. The other thing I noticed, like Singletary 7% seems just phenomenal.
Yeah.
I was playing with him. I didn't get to him.
if you're on a Bills fade. Also, I mean, the field loves the outlier defensive matchups, and I think we saw that with both Gibson and Robinson ownership. Not that Robinson's high, like 9% is totally fine, but it's still a little weird to see Gibson like ahead of Singletary. And I don't know what Robinson was in here, but I heard he got up to over 20% in the Million Maker.
No way.
Yeah, there were some weird ones in the Million Maker. Didn't Cole Kmet come in at like 17%? I saw somewhere.
We changed our ownership projections to be geared toward the slant instead of the Million Maker.
You did officially make that shift?
That the shift has officially been made. We just couldn't handle 17% Cole Kmet.
So tell me, how does the sausage get made on that? Like is it an automated switch on the back end, or it's more finessing done on the front end?
It's more like we do less finessing now because the automated base that we do is like really good for the slant. And that slant is also, in my opinion, more indicative of the other contests people are playing. So that was sort of my reasoning behind the changes. Like, it's going to be more accurate and it's going to better reflect the other contests people are actually playing. Like the Wildcat is much closer to the slant than the Million Maker. The Million Maker, you just see some wild things, and like I don't want to pretend we can. Like we would have bumped Kmet if we were doing these towards the Million Maker because of recency bias stuff, but I mean we wouldn't have had him anywhere near 17%.
So are you like checking your R every week, like against certain contests, like relative to your ownership projections to see what it's mapping to the best?
Yes, like our R squared in the slant is quite often like around 90%, which is really good. And then in the Million Maker, it's more like 75%. Like that's a pretty big difference.
Yeah. What did, like, out of curiosity, what did Drake's ownership get moved to for you guys, like before lock?
I think we had it like 11%.
Okay. And I think everyone was around like 8 to 10.
Yeah, it's hard because a couple weeks ago, Moreau didn't come in nearly as high as we thought on like late news. And then,
right.
Then Drake did today. As I was building a FanDuel team, and last second I was trying to get off Drake because I could sort of like feel the steam coming, but I didn't think he'd be more than Montgomery. Like that's just kind of like out leveling ourselves sort of thing.
And you didn't need the 200. Like it's tight, but I don't know. Just pick a different defense.
David Johnson getting carries for the Saints right after getting elevated from the practice squad. And by carries, I mean 1 for a 4-yard loss.
It is David Johnson.
We need Hurts to like, let's get going, buddy.
Yeah.
Let's throw some touchdowns to AJ Brown.
And some Josh Allen. Oh, did Kamara get hurt?
I don't know. I might be delayed on red zone, but he's on the field right now for 2nd and 14.
Yeah, I don't think he got hurt.
And
so why is? Oh, good. Sorry.
No, you go ahead.
I was just gonna ask Leone why the Million Maker stuff does get so much more nutty. Just there's more casuals in there, or what?
I think it's just more casuals, like way more casuals. That's the one all the casuals play, and I mean, like Cole Kmet, the only explanation for that is chasing what happened the last 2 weeks. Like there's no, which maybe is, I don't know.
Jarvis Landry TD.
Yep.
Classic. Devonta Smith up to 5 for 69.
Both him and AJ Brown aren't having like bad PPR days. I mean,
no, AJ Brown's quiet. He's had 6 for 78 now for Devonta. All right, dude. See this Kamara ownership is good. Like I know he's been real bad, but I mean,
I knew it was a good. I knew it was a good play when you floated it this morning, and I was just like, God, this feels so fucking gross. At which point I go, all right, it's a good play.
He could double bonus. I mean,
Yeah.
the problem with him is just like the touchdowns I feel like are a little bit more like up and down just because of, the Taysom stuff and whatnot. I mean, he literally has 3 touchdowns in one game and then 0 and all the other games combined.
Yeah.
What is
Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to ask what the other chalk was today because I feel like I ate all of it by accident.
I don't know. Let's see what's
I can tab around some stuff.
Man, Amon-Ra came in like at I saw that squeeze coming, but
nice.
I didn't play him. That's like
that
really
is a
nice
really
number.
nice.
Allen was 23%, Diggs 33%, Knox 20%. So that was the most obvious double.
Yeah.
That was fairly predictable.
Did the cash game bros end up rolling out Josh Allen or Fields?
I think Allen. McLaurin 19%. I actually thought McLaurin would be higher than that. Robinson was 19% even in the Wildcat. Pierce 21%, as we kind of thought.
Yeah, I think the reason for me, Kamara, I think anytime I was up in that range, I was getting up to Dalvin and just kept going right past him. But the 400 and not that different of a projection. It's just obviously the game environment isn't near as attractive.
Yeah, I ran into the same thing. Like I liked, as much as I did like Kamara, I also really liked Dalvin. So I was in that spot too.
This is pretty similar to the lineup where I played Taylor. Though I actually have AJ Brown instead of Devontae Smith.
Yeah.
I played AJ Brown on FanDuel and Devonta Smith here, basically, just because of Devonta was going to be chalk on FanDuel, and he's in that sweet spot of wide receivers, though, where I think like if you can find a 6K wide receiver that has legitimate ceiling, that's not going to be owned a lot. Like those guys, there's just not a lot of them. So.
I've heard you referencing FanDuel way more this week, like on shows too. Did you scale up your FanDuel volume?
Yeah, I've been meaning to play a little bit more there just so my advice can be better since I'm actually playing there. It's much more enjoyable to build over there. I'll tell you that much. The 2 tight end stuff got insane this week. Like every lineup I made is a 2 tight end lineup, and I don't feel bad about it whatsoever.
I feel bad that I have to do it. I don't like it.
Yes, I feel bad I have to do it, but I'm not like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. Like that was systemically wrong. Like I don't feel that way.
And also what the other thing I noticed is it wasn't like you could just be, just play one punt wide receiver instead of the double tight end. It was like you needed to do double tight end and still find like a sub 4,400 wide receiver to make anything work in lineups.
It's crazy. I did a Deontay Johnson Hayden Hurst mini. How gross is that?
Once you saw Ian choppered it, you started jamming it.
I got to do it. Yeah.
CSU is really on Deontay.
Really?
Very heavily. I couldn't get.
I tuned in for a quick second. I normally don't get to catch Wake and Rake, and I turn it on, and Jennings was coming at you for your Quez stuff, and then just immediately went back in a shell right after it. I was dying. He came in so Quez. Hot that it was like, you made good points.
Yeah, he came in hot because he's like, Leone, like, I appreciate you. You do a lot of great stuff for us.
So many caveats.
Like
I knew it was coming. I knew something was coming. I didn't know what.
I was like, he's gonna go after you hard with these caveats.
I thought Quez was like fine if people wanted to play him too. Like, it's just hard to really make the
0.5%
numbers
owned.
Work.
I mean, come on. It's pretty good. 1.9 points, not so good.
How many targets does he have? 1.
Come on, Alan.
That's why he only has 1 reception for 9 yards.
You see that, Alan?
That
is this coming back?
Oh, come on.
What was the flag on this Allen run?
I think it's coming back.
Did you see that AJ Brown catch that got called back?
He's had 2 called back. I'm like,
that's brutal, man.
We have over 4.5 in props, and he had 3 in the first quarter, and he's had 2 called back since, and he's stuck on 3.
Davis Mills just did this hilarious point downfield as he took a sack. He like pointed at the guy, like, get open. And then it just took a
Sack!
man.
Yeah, this one was like I was galaxy branding a lot of tight ends that weren't popular. I was playing, Njoku. I liked Logan Thomas, but I did not end up on Jawan Johnson.
I'm in Scott Fishbowl.
It's a little early for the I haven't been Scott Fishbowl though.
Are we at that point?
Because I played like 35%
early.
Kenyan Drake, so I feel like it's already time to talk about Scott Fishbowl.
Oh my god. I'm watching Hurts on a 4th and 10 just like get sacked.
Yeah.
Dude, these Bills and Eagles, it's just so much tilt.
Yes. Yes, it is. Oh, we're kicking on field goal, Bills. Just at least make it.
This week, and I'm covering this Jets Patriots game. I have to blurb it. It's just like, God. The game that I would just love not to have to watch. Just watch more of these other terrible games.
It's
so what do you think?
Right,
what do you think the move was with like knowing that Drake was just mega steamed? Like
I would not
Singletary or because how do you even flip the build and not go with any of these cheap running backs?
I think Singletary was a good play. I think like one cheap running back with, I think like Kamara, JT, and Cook were all good too. Like if you could get up to one of them. But obviously then it's like harder to fit the good stacks. So but like Montgomery, like, I mean, I hate chalk, but like Montgomery's fine if he's not going to get steamed, right? Like if his large field ownership stays the same in small field, like we're probably okay with that.
What did Pierce end up coming in the Wildcat? Can you tap
21% on Pierce?
Okay,
that's not bad.
My guess Jacobs is going to come in pretty low, right?
I think so. I think he's in the Kamara bucket. Like no one wants to play him, and he just gets caught in between. We lost our shutout on Commanders, but they're still holding pretty strong.
What did we get, a field goal?
Yeah, and
I thought they missed the field goal. They got it. Okay,
I think they got it, but we got a sack in there too. So
testimonials. My life would be exponentially better if I didn't waste every Sunday on this terrible sport.
Oh, I'm on Ra for the one.
Oh, but dude, I swear to God, if Jamal Williams gets his 3rd TD and Silva starts talking about his fucking touchdown ticket, I'm gonna lose my mind.
Marshall just dropped a touchdown, I think.
Yeah, it was a tough. We took under on Baker interceptions, and it's not a fun sweat. I'll tell you guys that much.
Wow. What put you on a bet like that?
It was like plus 175 for him to not throw a pick. And like,
oh my God, Jamal Williams scored again.
Oh my God. He has to be leading the league in touchdowns right now, right?
Yeah, I think he must be. He's got like 13 touchdowns or something.
He's got at least 3 multi-TD games. I mean, talk about a good best ball pick.
Yeah.
If Silva wasn't taking his, weekly afternoon nap right now, he'd be firing off a tweet. There it is from Field Yates. Most rushing TDs in the NFL this season. Jamal Williams with 12.
12. Wow.
Dude, what? I wonder what the odds were on that before the season.
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Fuck. Does anyone watch Got Eyes on Atlanta?
Someone just said that Pitts got lit up.
I just see the play-by-play. It says 18-yard pass to Pitts. Pitts was injured on the play.
Great.
God damn. I mean, this is why we can't have nice things.
He's just cursed, man.
It's just not happening, man.
Dude, like writing up his profile this week, I like everything you wanted from Pitts is there within the context of his team. Like it's all like his target rate, the route rate, it's all like it's just Atlanta, man.
The haters are trying to IKB the air yards. They're going in there making manual docs saying they all aren't catchable, and maybe his air yards profile isn't as great as we think it is.
That's the point. I mean, but I think that just reinforces the point of this. He's being held back by his offense.
Right.
Like he's open.
Also, right. That's what I was gonna say. It's not like these aren't prayer yards. Like
yeah,
like they might be uncatchable because the throw sucks, but they're not uncatchable because he's covered.
Exactly. He's wide open.
So what we call them prayer
why
throws?
We care about air yards. Prayer throws. This is yeah. Oh man, Mariota.
I think this is it. A Mariota air yard. You got to add that into the model, into the by Leone model.
Mariota adjusted air yards.
Yeah, that's a sick metric.
What's kind of crazy though is like Mariota's passing efficiency is
pretty good. I
suppose if you don't count sacks, if you're just looking at like yards per attempt, it's pretty good.
No, his EPA per play is fine. He's like middle of the pack EPA per play.
Imagine where it would be if he could throw to a wide open Kyle Pitts.
It's nuts. Stafford in the blue tent.
Yeah. This is why we can't have nice things.
Stafford's a nice thing, Leone.
Just in general.
Leone's been frozen in carbonate since the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Were you secretly rolling out Tutu Atwell, Allen Robinson doubles without us?
I was.
Damian Harris looks good, man.
We need really good. Gibson to break a touchdown run, and then like then things really will get cooking.
Would you say he might speed up the game in that scenario?
Yeah, speed it up for more Davis Mills sacks.
That needs to be on your establish the million drinking game. Speed up the game.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Steven, if you're watching, add it. You guys are doing that Tuesday, right?
Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Yeah. Why is Taylor Heineke throwing on 3rd and 1? Come on.
Oh, baby.
Did you guys play Olave? I had him in 1 and moved off him.
So it's all the gross doubles are getting there. Matthew Stafford doubles, Andy Dalton doubles.
Well, Stafford's not anymore.
Kyle Pitts headed to the locker room. Fucking kill me.
Well, at least I didn't play him on all 3 of my lineups. Oh, no, I did.
At least we didn't like hinge our entire season on him like doing something. At least that isn't the case.
At least I didn't break ties towards Pitts over Dulcich pretty much everywhere.
This is a good tilt. So I mean, the chat is bringing the tilt. Every week I say I'm only playing NBA, and every week I play NFL and hate it. Let the tilt course through you. Demarcus Robinson, 3rd highest scoring wide receiver on the slate. If you guys want to know how things are going,
is he really?
Great.
14.7 points behind only Amari and Olave.
Dude, we're setting up for this one team. Oh, Demarcus Robinson now is up to 20 points.
What did he just do?
He just got the bonus. He's 7 for 107.
Oh, baby.
It sucks that like I've been waiting for a low scoring week, and then we got it, and it's all my guys doing the low scoring. Yeah. Except for that one team that we have. Where is that team? Oh man. Never been so excited about a team that has 2 running backs that have combined for 14 points before.
I mean, is there anything more GPP, bro, than like complaining all year about the chalk just relentlessly hitting, and then the chalk finally doesn't hit, and then we all collectively played a chalky Kenyan Drake? That's
so
what
much.
we do to ourselves.
I hate it so much.
We're so
what's that line in that show Party Down? Are we having fun yet? Or something?
Yeah. Are we having fun yet? And they make him do it. It's like the one gig he ever got as an actor. That show was so good. I need to rewatch that show.
It really is.
I only seen parts of it. It's got so many good people in it.
Yeah, it launched so many careers.
Well, it's kind of an interesting show from like a meta perspective because it's like about these people who like aren't really making it, and then it had a number of actors who like should have already been bigger at that time.
So what? Adam Scott, Ken Marino was in it.
Yeah.
Jane Lynch.
Jane Lynch.
There's that other woman who's in
the
it.
Chick.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff, and I can't think of her name.
She's in a lot of stuff. Yeah. There's that other guy who's in a bunch of stuff as well.
Oh, Paul Rudd was in it. Ken Marino, Martin Starr. I mean, it was loaded. Lizzie Kaplan. That's who we're thinking.
Lizzie Kaplan. That's who we were thinking of. Yeah.
I did force myself to play Andrews on a team. I just couldn't stomach not playing like a 5% Andrews.
That was one last night. I was just like fiddling with Andrews teams and I couldn't get it to work. And then on the Cram show this morning, I was like, let's try to build another one just to see. Cause that was one where I would just hit dead ends every time I tried to build an Andrews team.
I hit dead ends too. And then Jennings on Wake and Rake was like, yeah, it's basically impossible. So I was like, all right, I'm not doing it.
I have an Andrews Foreman for a combined 5%, but you know, the scores reflect the ownership on that one.
What's the carry split there for the Panthers? Is Chuba mixing in more, or is Foreman still the workhorse?
Well, as a team, they have 14 carries for 28 yards, so it's not great. But Foreman has 9 and Chuba has 3. So it's pretty slanted to Foreman still.
Bills just stopped the Browns on 4th down, I think. Pitts is a knee injury, by the way.
Oh my God. Just so
questionable to return though.
Did we get McBride on our NFC team? We did. We did.
Danny has a sweat, 7th in the 100K spy. Drop your team in the chat or type it out. Who we looking at here? I guess I could look it up. I'm in that contest, I think.
Make them do the work, Pete.
Yeah, you do the work. I'm actually 40. I'm 42nd in the double spy right now.
Okay.
Hello.
I'm so bad at sweating my own lineups because I'm the watch pot doesn't boil guy. Let me pull this up.
Big catch from Montgomery.
So I had an Allen. This was like the standard double, the Allen, Diggs, Knox, but then I was able to get in the Barkley, Amon-Ra mini, have Hunt as my bring back. Logan Thomas. Oh, Logan Thomas up for 5 for 65 at 2,800. Let's go. I missed that.
Nice, dude.
And then Colts defense as my
that was a good play.
Galaxy Brain Eagles played.
Logan Thomas was a good play.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like we probably should have projected him a little better. We didn't project them to throw that much, but
yeah. So like, what's winning stuff right now? Okay, so you have obviously Amari. So if you have Fields, Mooney, Amari, you're in good shape. That's basically it, right? Like. Fields, Mooney, and then he's got an Amari Diggs mini, which is decent.
Yeah, but you probably just don't want players
anything
right now.
Yeah. PMR is what you want.
Yeah, PMR is the winners right now.
Yeah.
Maybe Amari and PMR.
There was part of me that looked at our game scores and was just like, should we just stack Dallas, Minnesota like 3 different ways, which obviously now looks good. I did not do that. I
see that was my IKB. I was like, this game's not gonna be good. I don't want it.
Oh, Dallas, Minnesota.
Yeah, I don't know. That game just doesn't appeal to me at all. Dak has not played well this year outside of the Lions and the Bears games.
I mean, how many of those? That's like half his games.
I know, but like, I'm just like, I'm not that excited about stacking up Dak, and then I don't like the Viking side against the Cowboys pass rush.
I was trying to get Cowboys defense in anywhere where I wasn't playing Vikings guys, which wasn't a lot of places because I love Jefferson and Dalvin. But I did really like Cowboys D looked like the best defensive play on the slate to me. At price and ownership and everything.
The one I liked, I got him in on one team, but I really liked figuring out a way to pay up for Patriots defense.
Yeah, you got to him once?
Yeah, they're like 4%. I thought they might even be like lower than that, but
I did Vikings, Commanders, and Colts.
Is this real life?
What's
a
that?
Dawson Knox fumble?
Oh my god!
I think they're about to show it on Red Zone. Yeah. Oh, it was a nice catch down the middle and fumble.
Shit. He's down, isn't he down? No. Looks like he might be down.
So hang on, Leon. I don't think I ever heard like what ended up being. Like, have you left your house? Did you shovel yourself out? Like, what has been the deal for you?
So where I am, a little bit north, it's like completely normal. It's like a foot of snow.
Really?
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Because it's all the lake effect shit.
It's just there's just some randomness as to what. Usually it goes more south, which is where the stadium is.
He's down.
But there's nice. But there's definitely people who like can't get out of their house, or it would take them a really long time to get out of their house because it's like 6 feet of snow.
So
did you guys get the thunder snow?
There was, I think we did get the thunder snow.
So you're saying, so it all when everyone's like panicking about the Bills players being able to get to the plane, like it all depended on where they were?
Oh, Singletary.
I think they were always, it was never like, it would have never been impossible for, if someone needed to get out, they could get out. It's just.
Are you saying the media perhaps over sensationalized the plight of the Bills getting to the airport? Because I fucking fell for it, buddy.
I mean, I'm sure it wasn't easy, but I don't know how many people needed to get there? I don't think anybody got left behind. So it couldn't have been that. Woo!
I think I just saw the play you're talking about, but this really feels like a James Cook or Nyheim Hines TD coming. Like that's just kind of how today feels.
Please no.
Oh, there we go.
Dude, that's
nice.
huge.
Singletary on our best team?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Let's go.
We need the Gibson touchdown now. Dude, who's playing quarterback for the Rams? Is it Atwell? Or
no. Tutu Atwell in at quarterback for the Rams?
How? Who is it? Who is 16?
Is it
Who's 16?
Perkins? Someone said Bryce Perkins.
Was that a trick play?
I saw Wildcat and I was like, "What?" Obviously, Tutu Atwell's too short. That was bad. That was a bad call by me. But
Tutu Atwell in at quarterback would be a world I want to live in. Holy
Can he hold the football in one hand? Okay, Singletary was huge. Okay, dude, if we get the Gibson TD, like, I mean, things can happen. We just need the one long Gibson play.
McKenzie rushing. No, he didn't. I don't think he got there. 2 point.
Oh my God, that matters, Isaiah. How did you not get? Oh my God, unbelievable. What is it? 32 points? Oh my goodness. I may have.
How is Buffalo winning
myself.
this game? If you asked me what the scores of this Buffalo game, I would say it was flipped. How the fuck are they winning?
I know.
Seems like everything we've seen has been them disappointing.
It is funny that they just kept the Lions. I guess we would, but like the Lions field just says Lions and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Dawson Knox up to 11.9 points isn't bad at 3,200.
I know, it's just a little annoying. Isn't that pretty chalky? That's like 20%.
Yeah, he was 18% in the double spy that I'm looking at right now.
Like that would look really good on this team actually, because we have like 3 punts coming.
Right. Did you what did you end up rolling out in the dome?
I didn't play the dome this week. I'm probably being a little bit more selective. It has not been a good year for me overall. And it's also just been hard for me to even make teams that I think are good, like even in hindsight, at least the last several weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel the same way. This week is especially bad.
Anomalies wants to know what you got the Bills game line at when you were rushing to get stuff down.
41.5 and 42.5. I got a mix of those two.
You're in good shape there. Famous last words.
Yeah, till that Isaiah McKenzie 2-point conversion comes back to haunt us.
Yikes.
I bet like 8% of it on under 50.5, but for the potential middle, but not that much. Okay, Philly, it's like now or never.
Do you know who's bombing right now too? Barkley. 13 for 22, only 2 receptions.
It's too bad he wasn't less expensive. I don't think he got played that much.
Oh my God, Higbee just had a drop.
Man, so Gibson is out carrying Robinson 12-8. The efficiency is just not there for him.
Anyone know what Ramondre came in at?
I think like 16-ish.
So he's not even that chalky.
Oh, Gibson minus 4-yard rush. Like, are you kidding me, Antonio? Can we run a screen for him that he takes to the house? Oh man, this Isaiah McKenzie call. Ooh, baby. Oh man.
Oh my God, Mariota sucks.
Do you think Washington
He just had the worst overthrow. Maybe it was intentional. Because there's a flag, so maybe he I don't know.
Marcus Mariota adjusted air yards.
It's weird because I think he's been on target with Daryl Hodge and Olamide Zaccheaus. It's all of his off-target throws are going to Pitts in London.
Well, anytime you can just give Mikael Pruitt a chance to go up and make a play in the red zone,
yeah.
I mean, you got to do it.
You got to do it. What's the other dude? Parker or something?
Oh, yeah. Parker Hesse, I think.
Yeah, Parker Hesse. God, why do we do this?
We really need Washington is a 4th and 1. Hopefully they go for it with a handoff to Gibson that he takes up the gut for a touchdown. Just saying. Hopefully. Can you guys hear Rachel?
Yeah.
She's tilting the Bills.
That's funny.
Oh, here's the Browns.
What happened?
It looks like pass interference. Pretty bad pass interference on the Bills.
Oh, Jesus.
Is that Micah?
Yeah. Oh. So Micah just said, Micah just, Micah's.
Is Micah spoiling the Bills game?
Micah, I don't know if that was caught.
I love these spoilers.
Is there an interception? Is he serious? I don't know whether to believe my child or not.
Maybe he was saying intercept it.
Oh, he was just willing it into existence.
Yeah. No spoilers, please, Micah.
Actual timeout. 5-minute timeout for
an actual timeout.
Okay, I'm here for this.
All
Let me
right.
see a Njoku hurdle.
Hurts has a nice long rush here.
Okay.
That's
like a
good.
25-yard
Throw
rush, I
some
think.
passes to AJ Brown.
God, this
Jalen.
paint's crap.
Oh man, Harrison Bryant, I don't think got his foot down. He was open
Just
for a
one
touchdown.
foot. Yeah, you think, the guy wins the Mackey. You think he'd be able to get 2 feet down,
Starting to think this Mackey Award thing might not matter too much.
but
Get a Njoku TD. That sounds like a fun time to me.
Yeah, I'm with Peter. That sounds good to me. I will take any TD though.
I'll also take a Kareem Hunt check down TD.
Do we have? Oh my God, Quez
oh,
Watkins.
here's Njoku.
Quez Watkins touchdown.
there's the
No,
hurdle.
you're.
I'm way
Oh
behind.
God. Oh,
No
God.
way. Seriously?
Yeah,
That's good for me.
Oh no, Jennings.
Half a percent own, Leone. Come on.
Another established the million GPP review where Leone is a shell of himself having to talk about a Quez Watkins TD.
what I hate about these things is like
Okay.
no one will actually listen to what I said. I told you guys in our chat, but like no one will actually listen to what I said about Quez Watkins. They'll just be like, "Oh, you hated Quez Watkins. You should have listened to Dink and Peter."
Now, is it Quez? I say Quez.
It's probably Quez. I mean, if any pronunciation where someone has a different one than me, like the odds are that I'm the one with the incorrect pronunciation.
I actually don't know. Oh, here comes the Quez TD. It sets up pretty well for my JT Hurts AJ Brown Quez double. Now that Quez has sped the game up.
I've heard. Was it on Establish the Show this week where Wiggins? I forget. Oh, I think they were talking about Montgomery's projection, and they were saying that they wanted you to raise it, and then you're like, well, where am I pulling it from, or what numbers am I adjusting? And then you're like, well, then I need to pull market share of rushing away from Justin Fields, and then they're like, don't do that. It's just like imagine the IK. You guys should do more content around the IKB versus projection battles.
No, we shouldn't. I can't handle it emotionally.
So let's see. Hurts is at 16 points right now. Like he's getting Marcus Mariota has more points than Hurts. I'm just trying to think if like the people who have Quez with Hurts stuff, like it's still not really getting there because I doubt many people played Quez by himself.
It's not really getting
Well, I
there,
mean,
yeah.
even like, oh my God,
get
blocked
there.
field goal. Are you fucking kidding me? I'm not going to hit this Bills over.
Have faith. Just you need a little Isaiah McKenzie to speed the game up.
Or did Isaiah McKenzie do something?
This come on, Keith. This is disgusting behavior by you. I have Quez with Fields. Sorry, you should be
Why?
apologizing.
Why did you do that?
Also, like has, I mean, he's got 2 targets. Like he's got like 11 DraftKings points, hitting like 100% efficiency.
All we said was we needed 1 or 2 big plays. I mean, this was the thesis, dude. It was like literally like I need a touchdown. It's correlated.
All right, he's matched Dawson Knox. Like great. No, I really didn't think he was fine to play. It's just there was just no way on paper to get it to look good unless like you really thought Goddard being out was like directly impacting Cat.
I actually thought it would directly impact
science.
him a little.
If you thought that, then like you could have gotten him there, but he has
because Goddard's gotten a lot of screen targets and Quez has gotten a lot of screen targets. So I was sort of like, I actually was like, maybe he gets like, you know, a target or two that he wouldn't have otherwise.
Yeah, to bring him up to 3.
To bring him up to 3. But hey, so that's 3's all you need, man.
It's so funny too, because that like Philly is like doing terrible, and Quez has the touchdown.
Yeah, just think about how good of a play he'd be if Philly was doing well. You're getting bailed out, dude.
Love it. I'm happy for my Quez people.
you seem real happy.
I am. Dink played him. I'm happy for Dink. Happy for my
just say you're happy for the slappies.
Yeah,
happy for the slappies.
The Taysom Hill slappies are starting to get there up to 7 points today. The thesis.
Ramondre runs like Najee Harris if he was good. He does like that same kind of like stop, like, you know, Najee like kind of sees defenders and he stops. But like
Najee sees defenders and then they tackle him.
Yeah. He stops like he's about to do something. There's like this potential energy and then nothing happens. Ramondre can actually get back up to speed.
Michael Pittman up to 13.5 points. All of these feel significant on a slate like this.
I consider doing a double bring back on my Hurts thing with Pittman.
We looked at that when we were building our Hurts team.
I ended up doing the Deontay thing.
I feel like it's so abnormal for the Steelers to be playing in the late game.
It is, right?
I can't ever think of them ever playing at 4 p.m. I think it was because of the flex, right? Because even in your walkthrough, Pat, like they still had it labeled as you had Chiefs, Chargers as the 4 p.m. and then those guys as the Sunday. So that's probably why it was an anomaly for them to be there.
I'm gonna have to go through and do the flexes are probably screwing up. Because I saved time ahead of the season and I did, but then I realized I can't do that. Yeah, around this time I stopped doing like the pre-setup because I knew the flexes were going to make it irrelevant.
So
not irrelevant, but
Peter, we
need to talk
the running back chalk to continue to be really bad, and then get more Gibson, Singletary. Like we could be in really good shape.
Yeah, I agree. What's Gibson up to point wise?
10.
Okay,
which feels good.
If that feels good,
That's
and
great.
he's live for one big play, and
he's 10. Singletary is 14. Yeah,
sir.
Was Drake
he was the highest owned running back on the slate. Obviously, who is this guy? You not pay attention to DFS?
What's happening with DFS?
Pat, have you seen this Wandell line? You starting to get a little worried, buddy?
No, I haven't. What happened?
I don't know. He's up to 17.8 points, though.
Wow. All right. That's something.
For those of you not in the know, Pat and I on Ship Chasing made a big bet. What was it? 2 weeks ago? Wandell versus Darius Slayton rest of season.
Oh, Wandell.
Slayton Slappies got there last week.
Got there week 1. We sure
did.
But
we're coming back this week, baby.
Wandell's up, 8 for 94 on 12 targets.
Yep. And he needs that volume, man, because he's got a 8 out of like 4.
Well, he's getting it.
He is getting it.
Okay, what's going on in some of these games?
This Jets game is so bad.
Oh, insert game X is so bad. It's kind of where we're at right now. I'm worried we're just going to see Brian Robinson rest the game, but
was Garrett Wilson chalk?
I don't know. That was kind of like the guy that everyone was like,
"Don't chalk."
Yeah, don't play this guy because he's going to be chalk. And I am kind of curious where he.
Because it seemed like weird chalk. I was like, this is the easiest chalk to fade of all time.
Yeah, absolutely.
I want to
He has
just
1 for 6.
I want to be commended for not playing Tyquan Thornton for like the 9th week in a row this week. Like that took a lot of restraint on my part.
Dude, I almost play if Parker was out, I think I might have played Kendrick Bourne on a team.
Yeah. Well, that was why it was such a mess once Parker was in. And then like looking at Parker, Bourne, and Thornton, I was like, one of those guys will probably get loose for a big play, but good luck fucking guessing which one it is.
Oh, AJ Brown. Oh,
What happened?
Fumbled it. Oh, god damn it.
Are you fucking kidding me, AJ?
That was a
Lost it.
bad
He
fumble
lost it.
too. That was like a just go down. Like, what are you doing?
God damn it, dude. 13-10. This game sucks. Oh god, this game sucks.
That is such a bad fumble. Jesus.
That's like a really bad fumble. So Montgomery's at 13 Montgomery's at about 10 points too. So Gibson's keeping pace with Montgomery.
It's pretty big.
So if we just break even there at lower salary, and then Singletary beats Montgomery.
Andy Dalton is currently the highest scoring quarterback on the slate.
Shut it all down.
Is DeMarcus Robinson?
Oh, James Cook.
Oh, not a touchdown, is it?
No, like 30-yard run maybe.
Okay, that's good. We need points. Let's get it down there for Singletary. He's started to play more. I think that like the Hines thing was a little bit of a red herring for James Cook, where people are like, "Well, James Cook isn't happening now." Like, I think James Cook still could happen. Well, I don't know.
Really good.
I don't know if it's going to happen just because I think they rely on Singletary so much. But
I think your point that I agree with is that Hines really has nothing to do with for Cook right now in his status.
Yeah.
Also, like, I'm not sure. Is Cook even the Hines guy? Like, he just looks like a speed back to me. You know what I mean? Like he could be an early down guy. Is kind of a speed element.
Right. Like the Cook's like his own thing. I think Hines was brought in for like very specific things. Like this team's trying to win the Super Bowl. Like they're going to bring in a guy for, 8 plays a game if it's the right 8 plays. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't mean he's going to play a ton.
And Hines also gives them insurance for both a Singletary or Cook injury. Like he can do both those things.
Yeah.
Although his usage has been non-existent. It is odd. Like he's getting some special teams usage, but nothing really on offense at all.
I don't know what Ricky's referencing here, but I'm excited to see it.
Oh no. I hope
Commanders just got an interception.
Oh, Commanders. I love the Commanders.
It's a pretty sweet interception too.
Yeah, it was sick.
All right.
Wow. With the flip. The body part that he got in bounds was his head.
I should probably start seeing if there's any late swap stuff I need to do.
Oh yeah. I got distracted. Like, what's with Hinton? Like, is he active?
You tell me. You're the Hinton stan here.
Oh, what a catch by Gabe.
Gabe Davis?
Yeah. One-handed catch on the sidelines.
I'm watching it. 3rd and 6.
Breida touchdown.
Hinton's active. And Hamler and Judy are both out.
Ooh, what a catch. That's in, right? His other foot's in.
I think we should play Hinton. I'm
do.
With it. Just let that team ride as is.
I think so. So I don't know if we should look at the team, but it's Cousins double stack with Jefferson and Hawkinson, and then Hinton Moreau mini correlation.
And really the only thing here that's going to even be catching any kind of meaningful ownership is Lamb.
Wan'Dale Robinson to the locker room.
God damn, I mushed it. I victory lap mushed it
hard, dude.
They called Gabe incomplete.
Yeah, I saw. They kicked a field goal.
Sean saying, is Sutton going to be high owned? I could see him around 15%. But yeah, Leone, I think this lineup looks good to me. Like, we're playing for this game to shoot out. We can play the best play on Dallas.
I'm just gonna look just because I like to at least. I don't want to like be like after the fact, like, oh, we didn't even consider that. The only thing would remotely consider, I think, would be Gallup Sutton versus Hinton Lamb is probably the.
Say that again. Gallup Sutton
versus Hinton Lamb.
Mm.
Because it's the same correlation. It's just it's a straight 2v2. Oh my god, Fields is absurd.
Versus yeah, that's an interesting one. So I can pull it up here on my little. Yeah, so I mean the projections, if we don't think we need to worry about ownership, it does look like we're getting 5 more points on the Lamb side.
Oh, 5. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we got to play that then, right?
I think so. I mean, I'm on
unless someone
CD
just
Lamb
has
fake alpha, but Gallup could legit be a 0 and like the Denver.
Yeah. The only I mean, CD just had that massive game. I like CD a lot. But
I think
there's part of me that's like the balanced team sometimes feels like it has more upside, right? Like where Sutton could just smash Hinton, and then like you could see a world where like Gallup and whatnot are close. We need Montgomery to not score here.
Well, normally when we're making these decisions, we're like down a little bit, needing to be more aggressive, where it's like our thesis is if this game shoots out, like we could win. And if that's the case and we're not really having to worry about ownership as much, I think the Lamb side's definitely the play.
I'm going to ask our chat. Robinson's knee injury will not return.
Wandale Robinson.
I mean, just the most epic mush by me.
That's an unbelievable mush. What about Pitts? Any word on Pitts? I assume he's out.
I haven't seen anything about Pitts yet.
Oh God, there's a flag against. Looks like against the Falcons.
Is there any other Hail Mary swaps we need to do on the other teams, Mike?
Probably.
I will say I've enjoyed doing early tilt space, but my late swap game has gotten much worse because I'm just like,
right.
Don't have the mental space to be able to do this while being on air. Monty TD.
All right.
That's bad. You don't need me to tell you that, but that's bad. Next thing you're going to tell me Kenyan Drake scored a TD. All right. Hold on. Let me. Okay. Let me get my late swaps on my totally dead teams out of the way.
Yeah.
Dank says Hinton's going to play every snap. He thinks. In which case,
I mean, I'm good. I'm good with the Hinton play. Drew
thinks we should play the Gallup Sutton side just because he doesn't like Hinton. I think we should stick, but I mean we should still think it through.
I just like if
Montgomery
a
up
Kirk Cousins. I mean, obviously Gallup can, dare I say, speed up the game, but normally every single time we're in this spot, it's just so easy to say play the Gallup side of this, and this is like the one time where I feel like the Hinton side feels
right. Okay, so the Cowboys D team's all filled. No, I don't think we have any swaps because it's Pollard Jefferson on the Fields team. And I mean, what would we swap that to? I mean, that seems like
right.
what we want. So we actually don't have any swaps to make.
Oh. This Panthers. Oh, okay, got blown dead.
Oh, it's almost the Panthers DTD.
I can't tell if this Hurts lineup I have is live. I feel like it might be.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm just laughing at like the way this slate is, where like no one knows if they're live or not.
Like, would you guys? Let's see. I'm 26th right now in this contest. It's like 222 people. I have a Hurts double with AJ Brown and Quez, Jonathan Taylor, David Montgomery, Kyle Pitts, who's obviously not going to do anything else. So my swaps would be Deontay Johnson and Hayden Hurst, which I guess Hurst is going to be pretty chalky, but I don't. Will Johnson?
I'm sorry. What would you say?
Deontay?
Yeah.
No one.
Deontay's going to be popular. Not at all. Everyone like in my chat this morning they were all using Pickens if they were using any like Higgins minis and stuff.
Yeah, I don't think you have to worry at all about
the Hurst is. You think Hurst is fine to have?
Yeah, I think.
Well,
so.
Hurst will be like 10%, but I don't think it'll be outrageous.
Okay. Yeah, I see it similarly.
Leone, the other thing I was just thinking through about the Gallup stuff is like there's been so much steam coming on Gallup, like that I was just feeling both this morning and even over the weekend with him, to where like that also makes that swap feel really bad if like Gallup comes in even remotely close to CD.
Yeah. Oh, I think it's just like what side we think has the better ceiling.
True.
Really. Even like the Montgomery stuff's bad, but like honestly, like even with the Montgomery getting to 21, I mean, we lose 7 points on Singletary, we lose 10 points on Gibson, but it's not like you're losing that collectively. Like you had to play 2 running backs. So I don't know. I think we're in okay shape, but we definitely need Drake to not score, Montgomery to not do well, and then like something from Gibson. If like one of Gibson Singletary could get to 20, it would be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just worried
Marcus Robinson just still feasting.
So Hinton ran around on 96% of dropbacks in the last game.
Yeah, I think it's the play.
I like it.
Yeah, and I think because of the Q tag that he might not be as owned as he would have otherwise. Like I'm not expecting him to be unowned, but like
the only other thing too is I forget on this one. Did we have salary for Noah Brown if we wanted to just full on? That's the only other thing. If our thesis is this is the game,
I kind of feel strongly on Hinton versus Noah Brown.
But that's fine. I'll just clip it and run it and post it and rub it in your face if you're wrong.
Like we kind of want CD Alpha, like Hinton's gonna assume. I guess the big thing is like the Hinton health, but like if Hinton's healthy, he's running all the routes.
Joe, this is a big day for spoilers on your Vikings. We need you sending lots of our private message, Cousins to Hawk TD, Cousins to Jefferson TD. We need a bunch of those today, buddy. But this team is in good shape. So we got Singletary, Gibson, and Commanders D, and then everyone else still going. I guess, Mike, the other question we haven't even brought up in any of this stuff is like, if you wanted to fudge stuff with like Moreau to Schultz.
Yeah. So that's a good call. I would say like the Hinton Brown thing's probably closer than maybe I was thinking. I still definitely like Hinton. Like I think it's better ceiling for us to do that, but Let me check out what happens with Schultz.
Oh,
I'll be right
come
back.
on.
I'm gonna grab another. What happened, Pat?
Big pass interference on the Colts defense, so the Eagles will be close to scoring position.
I'll be right back.
Oh my God, Zach Wilson is so bad. Zach Wilson just got sacked, and I can't tell if he fumbled. If he did, it's a return for 6. That's what they're calling it.
So pick 6,
Fumble 6.
fumble 6.
He's down. It'll come back.
Okay.
I kind of wish this was a different slate because I heard you talking about this, Leone, where if there wasn't such opportunity cost at quarterback this week, although that opportunity cost isn't really materializing, but Russell Wilson would have maybe been kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's extremely gross, but the matchup's so good.
Yeah. It was just so many quarterbacks to fade, but it would have been about the time. Bills have 1st and goal. Can we get a Singletary touchdown? So Peter, I like having a tough time finding anything with Schultz here.
Because we would have to come up with what 600
So it would be like min price. You need a min price
to come down. So you go from Moreau to Schultz, and then you got to come down from Hinton to
Schultz. If Hinton was out, we could have done the Schultz and that Virgil guy. But Hinton's not out, so we can't. That would have been like kind of fun though, like Schultz and the one-off Virgil.
Yeah.
I guess let's just make sure we exhaust all options here.
Yeah, I'm gonna mess with it here.
The hard part is like if you want a more balance and get rid of the punts, you got to come off CD or Jefferson. Like if you did something with like Thielen and Schultz instead of CD, but like I think I'd rather do.
Like I guess I'll just say it. Like how different is Virgil from Hinton?
Extremely different.
Okay.
Well, Pat, what do you think? I mean,
yeah, let me see. Let me pull up what Virgil even has.
if you wanted to play the game going absolutely nutty, which I don't think we should, you could play Cousins, Jefferson, Thielen, Hawkinson, Schultz, Gallup.
That's what I was just starting to look at. So you're coming off of Lamb to get that all in.
You're coming off Lamb, so it's base. I guess the 2v2 is Lamb, Moreau, Hinton for Schultz, Gallup, Thielen.
Say that again.
You actually
CD,
put that in.
Yeah, say it again. CD Lamb.
So Lamb out, Moreau out, Hinton out, Schultz in, Gallup in, Thielen in.
Man, that's Dalton Schultz.
Oh my God,
Thielen.
Diggs.
What happened to Diggs?
I think he dropped a TD.
Oh God, it's brutal.
Which would have we need a touchdown in that game.
All right, here it is, Mike. Uh, 57 still on the CD side, 52, so 5 point, which was the same as the spread on that last one we were looking at. But you're also, how much is the correlation boost worth? Here is the question.
Okay, so yeah.
Uh-oh, this doesn't help our cause.
Pierce TD. That's like double
Someone
bad.
said Mills.
Oh, I thought someone told me Pierce TD.
By the way, I think Hinton is a much stronger play than Virgil.
Okay, I'll take your guys' word for it.
Yeah, it was a
I'm
Mills
torn
TD. It
on
was a
just
Mills
like
TD.
stacking the shit out of this game. But Denver and Raiders both also suck. So
yeah, the
no.
scores are so low right now that if Montgomery didn't score, I'd feel better about the stacking the shit out of the game. You know what I mean? Like just
Yeah.
lose.
The other benefit though of we are taking on just because CD's so popular. I guess Schultz. I could see Schultz and CD being fairly close.
Yeah.
Do you have a take on this swap, Pat?
I like the CD side, I think. I mean, the correlation stuff's a little cleaner with the Schultz one, but
Oh man, Kenyan Drake with a long run to the 1.
Oh God.
I mean, it's such a mindfuck how to think through these things. Whereas now, like, how much did our points go down, Mike, on our Houston team?
I think I think they'll have 19 now. I mean, they're like gonna be the nut D almost assuredly.
Okay.
Yeah.
not after the Vikings get finished. Done with it.
Well, the Vikings D's the nut D. We weren't winning anyway. So.
I mean,
I just have them in my
if-
Hurts lineup. So,
Mike, can we just do a little math? Like, what's the target score for first? Like, how much do we need this block to get?
probably like 90 points. Would you say?
So there's a Stafford team winning right
Oh no!
Jesus Christ.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Lamar rushing TD according to the chat.
Yep.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
Mhm.
That's very good. We avoid the Drake. I'm so I kind of think we stick, and because I actually think like Hinnon and Moreau are good plays, but
I mean, my thought too was like, if say we had one other piece already that had like 25 points and was separating, and you were almost just like, if these guys can just be like 75th percentile outcome and we could win with that, then you just go the full on game stack. But like, if we're still needing to charge and get like individual ceiling stuff, I kind of like having two pieces from Raiders.
Hurts just picked up a 4th and 2.
Nice.
Like if you flipped Gibson and Montgomery, you might just be like, okay, let's just get one thing right. And
right.
It's hard that CD projects by far the best. You know what I mean? Like if he didn't, it'd be a much easier swap. But it's like you go all in on the game, but then you lose the piece that projects best from the game.
Right.
Which is a little bit of a mind fuck. Man, fuck right. Yeah, Robinson's getting all this work late.
And I would say the Schultz stuff would be a little bit more intriguing if he wasn't going to be so popular. I guess the only other question is, do you think people are pivoting off of Schultz?
No, but I don't know. I expect him to be like 15% or so.
Interesting, because like I'm okay at 15. The feeling I was getting was that he could be like well over 20.
No, he could be.
Yeah.
I think his floor is like 13
for ownership,
like 13 to 26. Does that make sense? Like,
yeah. Well, what did Knox come in at in this? Because I all along thought those guys were going to be very similar ownership wise. Was Knox like 20?
Yeah, Knox was like 20, and he got there, but he didn't like kill you.
All right. I'm at peace with letting it ride.
Hurts rush TD.
Okay. Well, the over hit in that Falcons Bears game.
Yeah. You know where the over hasn't hit?
I do.
I'll tell you where.
Well, what you need is a Cordell Patterson returning a kickoff for a touchdown to speed the game up. No way. I'll believe it when I see it.
What?
Swift TD.
Oh.
Wow. Vulturing Jamal Williams. How rude, DeAndre. This is all we need to play like DeAndre Swift into like 70% ownership on Thursday.
Oh, here's the Swift TD. Oh yeah.
You really did believe it. You're like,
I didn't.
See it.
Yeah, I truly didn't. The Lions just demolishing the Giants.
Okay.
What do you
feels
what do you
later
think-
than it is too? We still got a little bit of. Oh,
What do you
shit.
think J Jeff comes in this contest at, Leone? Like 12, 13?
Yeah, maybe 15, but I don't think he gets much higher than that, which is like great, right? Did Gibson
Yeah.
get a carry? If he's like up to 12, it says he's up to 12 points. Did I miss it? He must have gotten a carry somewhere that I missed.
One thing I'll say about Zach Wilson, if I'm getting my hand in the dirt watching the film here, he makes every one of his tosses with like supreme confidence, like the way he flicks it. Like they're very shitty throws, but like he acts like he should be there making that throw.
And on all the stuff leading up to the throw is pretty cool. Like, you know, this he does the spins, he's like mobile. You're like, oh, this is gonna be a sweet throw, and then it's almost always a garbage throw.
No way. Can you win a GPP without Cooper today?
No, I don't think so.
Leone doesn't care because it's over.
I'll be honest. I don't care because of my over.
I know.
I'm not even gonna pretend otherwise. But hey, the one
Don't try to
thing.
spin this.
No, I'm gonna. I think it makes our decision a little easier, right? Like,
Yeah.
we want to hit. Like Lamb, we want Lamb and Jefferson to outscore Cooper, and then Hinton to score 15 points, right? Like, it's very clear now, I think. Oh, man, the middle might hit in that. Oh man, Gibson's in right now. Can he? He's gonna get one more crack at it, but I wonder if he would just go down or if he would score the touchdown.
Antonio
Colton,
Gibson.
Sorry, go.
No, you go for it.
Well, I was just kind of tilting that the Colts don't have Jonathan Taylor on the field in comeback mode.
Yeah, who is in? Dion?
35, I think, if I'm seeing that right. I have it on my phone, so I don't.
Leone, is this our team on the screen or is this one of yours?
This is our team, but it's dead.
Okay.
Probably dead. I mean,
Deion Jackson, yeah.
unless Alec Pierce catches a bomb touchdown here.
So you hit the over, right?
Yeah.
So now you actually don't want any more points to get that middle.
Yeah, I barely went for the middle. I mostly let it ride. If someone like did the full middle, it would be quite the sweat.
Yeah.
No, well, now we just want Singletary to score.
Yeah.
Give Give us Singletary or give us death.
Be careful what you wish for there.
What, buddy?
Your
Sorry.
pop just hit the over, son.
Ooh. Fields INT.
I told you could never make it as a passer in this league.
He actually his passing numbers actually have been better recently, but they're still bad overall.
The ammo the Twitter trolls needed for another week.
Stevenson just got stoned on a third down. Oh, Montgomery just completely botched the catch on the INT. Wasn't on Fields at all.
Classic David Montgomery sabotaging those around him.
I have a dynasty team with Sean, and he was floating us trading for David Montgomery, and I was like, I don't know, man. And he sent me this email with some pretty good thoughts, but I was just like, I just can't do this.
Well, the other thing about I would think about a Montgomery trade for dynasty purposes too, and it applies to Fields. I mean, their schedule gets brutal coming up, and they have a bye week still. I don't know how much of a slam dunk that is schedule wise.
No,
they play the
and
Bills.
He'll be out of
Eagles,
there as well next year.
Yeah.
Wait, who do they play?
I know they have the Bills, they have the Eagles, they have a bye, and then there's one other tough match. Oh, they play the Jets next week, I believe.
The Eagles maybe isn't that bad of a matchup for Montgomery.
True. Yeah, that's actually changed a little bit now.
Wow. 4th and 21. Underneath check down to Deion Jackson, who runs out of bounds.
What the fuck?
That's so bad.
Do you think it's maybe hurting the Colts that they don't have a single person on their coaching staff who's ever called a play before in the NFL?
What could go wrong? I mean, you have to say they've performed better than expected. They score on that drive, which they weren't even close to doing. But if they had, they win the game.
True.
Against the Eagles.
Underdog's getting flooded with emails right now. Taysom Hill has tight end eligibility and he just got 7 points. You can't allow this.
Okay, so where's our team?
Dude, why does Algier always look like he has a hamstring injury when he runs?
I don't know, man. It's weird. It's like
he does that hitch thing. Yeah.
I don't know what that. I don't understand it.
Some players do that as a stutter step in the open field, but he does it on his breakaway stuff on the sideline.
Yeah, he does it when he needs to get up to speed.
Arthur Smith, dude. Watch him win Coach of the Year and Dalton cashes that bet.
Richie James touchdown. Should have been Wandale.
Wow, I thought you were going to say Slayton for sure.
Richie James is only playing because Wandale's out.
You're right.
A lot of growth. That was one of those takes was I'm in the weeds on the walkthrough stuff. So I said on chip chasing, which I didn't think was all that controversial and still don't, that Slayton was their best receiver. And I was just but you were just what the fuck are you talking about?
Well, I thought it was a hot take. I
actually didn't think it was a hot take because I've been looking at these numbers and it's to me it's everybody on the Giants is bad. So it it's it's not a high bar to say he's their best receiver. I mean, Wandale's a rookie who hasn't done much.
More Dawson Knox. We need Singletary.
Daniel Jones up to the highest scoring QB on the slate, 29.8. needed the Daniel Jones, Wan'Dale Robinson skinny. And I suppose the Amon-Ra coming back because 15 points is somehow the 6th highest scoring wide receiver score on the slate. How are you in pain if you had so much Wan'Dale today? You had 22 points. I mean, let's just take our 22 points to the bank. Rest easy tonight. Can't get greedy on a slate like this.
11-yard run for Singletary. Let's get a Singletary touchdown.
All right, my God, dude. Look at this Zach Wilson throw. It's exactly what you're saying, Pete. It's like when he releases it, you're like, oh, it's going to be sweet. And then it was almost a pick six. Yeah. It's just like, he kind of reminds me of Joe Flacco in some ways.
Okay, so Pete, we are playing Cousins, Jefferson, Lamb, Hinton, Moreau, correct?
Yep. That's how this is how we win.
Okay. Hold on. I gotta
what are you doing?
I gotta switch Hawkinson and Moreau, right? Just bias, just in case something weird happens.
Oh my God.
This is one of those things where like I'm probably better off just leaving like the suboptimal late swap thing. Okay, I'm doing it. Okay. So Cousins, Jefferson, Lamb, Hinton, Moreau, Hawkinson. Okay, my page just refreshed on me. What the fuck?
What were you trying to do? Buy us like 10 more minutes of late swap equity?
10 more minutes, but he's risking the lineup being completely dead for like something that definitely won't matter.
He's like, hey, guess what, Pete? We do now actually have to play Virgil Green and Kendall.
Yeah, because
dude, we cannot have a winning GPP lineup with the wrong player in flex.
I did it with a 1 o'clock player in the flex.
Did they still pay out?
They do not. Yeah, they still pay out.
It's good for the bid equity.
It is pretty good for the bid equity.
You had me so afraid that this was actually something like where you had mapped it onto another team or something.
Just always be afraid. This is the lesson here.
I mean, if you knew for a fact that you were going to win a GPP, wouldn't you play a 1 o'clock player in your flex just for the bid equity?
Yes, if I was a time traveler coming from the future to win a GPP, I would fuck that shit up so much just to tilt
everybody.
GPP bros.
Baker throws the pick. Finally, it was only a matter of time. We almost survived it.
That's such a sick bet to make from like a sweat perspective.
Oh yeah.
Like, let's hope the shittiest quarterback in the NFL doesn't throw a pick.
I know.
Then he doesn't for 57 minutes.
I can't handle if this Jets game goes to overtime, which I'm blurbing. Like, just end it. Just end it.
Send it to overtime. Make this guy work. I demand my blurbs. What are my tax dollars going to if Pat's not blurbing the overtime of this game?
It's just so bad. It's just so bad. Your tax dollars. We should have tax funded blurbs.
NBC is owned by the federal government, right?
Denny's been trying to get us nationalized for years. I put a Denny. I like Denny's tweet about the Jefferson catch not being good. I threw on the walkthrough this week. I don't know if you guys saw. God. Oh my God.
What is going on in the New England game?
Nothing has happened since it started.
It's boots on the ground, pretty windy here. We're actually not leaving our house out of fear of getting blown away. The national media won't talk about it.
Zach Wilson throwing short of the sticks on like 32 to Michael Carter in the flat with defenders covering him. It's just like absolute garbage. Just absolute garbage.
Is this real? Jets didn't get over the 35-yard line in the second half. Add that to your blurb, Pat. That's a
I
good
will
call.
add that to my blurb. That's going in my blurb.
Maybe source it first. I mean, not that I'm your Huckleberry.
I'm your Huckleberry.
All right.
I assume that's from the broadcast. Where did you get that? I'm your Huckleberry, because I may need to cite it. And I'm sorry, bud, but I probably can't cite you.
If you guys have fun statistical nuggets about this Jets Patriots game that Pat can put in his
my
blurbs,
God. Oh my God, they're going to do it. I'm not going to have to watch overtime. Yes. Yes. Yes.
What happened?
Yes. Oh, thank you.
That's punt return team.
Thank you. Oh,
God.
That just frees up like another hour of my life. Oh, thank you so much.
They returned a punt for a touchdown?
Yeah, for a touchdown.
Ha!
Oh, sweet relief. Who returned it? Do I have to blurb this guy now?
Here you go, Pat. This is a good one for you. Zach Wilson, 9 completions, 9 Jets punts. That's for the blurb.
That's a good one.
There you go.
That's a good one. That's actually, that might go headline.
Wow.
That's a good one.
You guys, together we could crowdsource the entire walkthrough.
Not the whole walkthrough. I don't know how many comments you guys got. That'll take a while.
If anyone has any good first target read data, now's the time to float it in the chat.
Throw it in. Yeah. Oh my God. So good. So good. Thank you. Who's 25 on the Patriots? Jones?
Yeah, Pat, maybe write a song about
Jones.
it. 52 yards to the fucking house.
I honestly might. Oh, man.
Marcus Jones, the rookie DB, Pat, if you're needing to know who returned that.
No, that's perfect. He's not an offensive player, so I don't even have to blurb him. Oh, that's glorious.
This is a fun one. Flacco still has more TDs than Zach Wilson.
Wow. That's also very good.
Look at all these nuggets, guys.
Honestly, my Zach Wilson blurb is basically written already.
What a swing for you. Dreading your overtime blurb to having the game end and the entire blurb written for you by the chat.
Man, Singletary was 14 yards from the bonus. I guess that's not that close.
DeMarcus Robinson, 9 for 128 today on 9 targets.
And Amari gets the bonus.
Did he?
What's that?
You make me sad. Because you did not listen about that 10-minute thing. And you took like more than an hour.
Okay, I'll be done in a little bit.
Okay.
I'm getting an earful. I said I'd be down in 10 minutes like 3 hours ago, and I'm getting called out on it.
No, we're going to shut this down in a second. We will, if Kirk Cousins throws 4 TDs to Justin Jefferson and TJ Hawkinson, we'll be back.
Deontay Johnson goes off.
Yeah.
And Hayden Hurst gets the touchdown stunt.
Do we want to? Well, we could probably just shut down. I didn't know if we wanted to just see what the ownership ends up being.
I mean, I'm not the one whose child I lied to, so.
Okay, 8% Hinton, 6% Moreau. So that's about as expected on both those.
Okay.
Did either of those guys score a touchdown yet? It seems hard to believe, but I don't think they have.
Pat, thank you for hopping on with us today.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. Thanks for having me on.
And why don't you thank the chat for doing all your fucking job?
Thank you, chat, for writing my Zach Wilson blurb. Some seriously good nuggets in there. Yeah. Appreciate it.
Thank you guys for tuning in. As always, like I said, if this game goes nutty and we have a sweat, maybe we'll fire up a special one. We will be back next week. Well, we'll have to figure this out. I'm in nearing like very close baby territory, so we'll see what next Sunday holds for us, but we'll figure it out. We'll be back for GPP reviews tomorrow on my channel. All that good stuff. Good luck the rest of the day. Peace out, dudes.